Outrageously podcast. This is a show where we teach you how to stop living a boring life and start living outrageously. If you're staring down the barrel of 40, 50, maybe 150 years in a corporate office, this is the show where we teach you that impossible is an opinion. Living outrageously is there for those who want to step up and take it. My name's Dave Thompson, and it is my pleasure to be joined in the commentary box, the podcast arena, by the man who makes shit happen, Matt freaking Kelly. Woo!
Dave,
what is up?
Dave, today is the single biggest turning point we've experienced to date. Six episodes in, and this is it. This is the one you have to listen to.
Mate, this is huge today. Yeah. I'm so pumped. Mate, we talked about this one during the week, and we were like, shit, man, this is like breakthrough. This is like, all right, we've been talking in previous episodes how you make like a 1 degree shift and then you end up like somewhere amazing. This episode is like, fuck, you completely turn a corner and just go to utopia, man.
Yep.
That is what I'm talking about today. I'm so pumped for this. This is going to be awesome. But what has been happening? Tell me. What is outrageous in the Matt Kelly world?
So before we start, Dave, Apple. Freaking Apple.
Oh, dude.
Steve Jobs' brainchild, Apple, right? They have been very, very good to us this week.
They have. They have been very good. Where is someone from Apple? I want to hug them now.
Yeah, we need to track down whoever's helping us out because somebody has added us to the new and noteworthy featured section in iTunes. Screenshot there of what it looks like. Bam. Yeah, so someone's added us to that section for the health category, and that is amazing. So we are very excited.
Show me your iPhone, man. You've been telling me all week about your iPhone. I haven't seen you all week. What, man? I've got to see this myself.
See that? That is us listed as the 21st most popular podcast in the health category.
Dude, no, keep that. Hold on. Take that back. Man, that is horseshit. We beat a sex show.
Man, we've beaten a number of sex shows.
The Midwest teen sex show is at number 20. Man, this shit is crazy, man.
We're competing in a pretty controversial area because under health, there's a lot of sex in the health section, and it's really hard to compete with sex on the internet.
And you know what so that is telling me that people are saying we are better than sex, and that is huge.
That's what they're saying. How could
sex is fucking amazing.
There you go.
Sometimes.
There you go. So what we're really saying is people are choosing our podcast over others, and that is all we care about. That is amazing. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. If you have seen the podcast and you like it, okay, if you have, because plenty of you have, we've seen the hits, like, since Apple did this for us, skyrocket. It's been really great. What we need you to do is go to our Facebook page. Go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/livingoutrageously. We want to hear about it. We want to know that you've heard it. We want to know that it's helped you. If it has, if it hasn't, what do you want to hear? That'd be amazing because it will help us to tailor the content in the show. So that would be really useful.
Absolutely. And a big shout out to Jeff Matthews, Waterloo, Iowa.
Yep.
Commented on the Facebook page, dropped a little commenty there. And he's like, hey boys, just had a couple of hell yeahs this morning. Jeff Matthews, you, my friend, are living outrageously. Hell yeah for no reason. Well, maybe you got plenty of good reasons. I hope you do. But in any case, you know what? I love that so much. I went and wrote hell yeah on my wall.
There you go, Jeff. Thank you.
Can I get a hell yeah? Hell yeah. That is wicked, man. And just one more other thing I want to shout out. Ariana over in Portland, Oregon? Portland, Oregon?
That's it.
Man, she is a badass viewer. You know what she did this week? I did a bit of Facebook snoop. I'm sorry, Ariana. I did click on your page. I found out that she just started a networking group for performing artists in Portland, man. That is outrageous.
She's living the dream. She's living the outrageous dream.
She has clearly just gone, I want to do this. Okay? I will do it. And now, here it is. That is awesome. That is living outrageously. Ariana, Jeff Matthews, you guys kick butt. Matt Kelly, what else are we talking about today? We said it was going to be huge.
Yep.
Tell me.
This is it, Dave. So we've all got big decisions to make in our lives. Every day we make a big decision. And that decision might be, I'm going to go to work today. That's a big decision because you don't have to go to work. You can stop at any time. You're making a decision to do it. Every day you go, I'm going to get in my car and drive. Every day you go, I'm going to go and talk to that person sitting in the cubicle next to me. You make decisions every single day. Some of these are big, some of these you may not think are big, but your subconscious is actually battling in every single decision you make. There's two parts of you that are going, I'm going to go and do that, and the other one's saying, no, don't, or I want to do something different. Okay? Every time, you may not even realize this, but every time this happens, they conflict, and the one that prevails is the winner, and you will always have the other one fighting.
And then whoever prevails, they get the action.
That's right.
So what we're really talking about is there's people out there that have big goals or big dreams, and they really want to make something. They're like, I want this so bad, and they want to move towards it, but they just can't seem to take action. It's like, I want this so badly. Why can't I take action? It's like here's the utopia, right? Here's the destination, and they're moving up towards it. They're moving up. They really want it so bad, and then they turn around.
Yep. They're standing on the edge. They want to go, and something goes, no, we're not going to do that.
Exactly, man. And so today we're going to bust through those things because once you resolve these inner conflicts, man, life is peachy. It's like we could stand in a circle and sing Kumbaya. Like, really, it's that freaking awesome. Like, life just becomes amazing, and outrageous just becomes the default option. Man, that is a question for you. What's going to happen when our lives become a base level of outrageousness? Or are they there already?
So we've got assumed outrageousness with everything, right? There's a level of assumed outrageousness. And basically, we should spreadsheet this. So basically, we're at a point now where it's like, the things we do day to day would be considered by others as potentially outrageous. Yes. So we're constantly going, okay, what's the next thing I want to do? Bam, do it. And that's bringing, that's bringing the average up that outrageous index.
Yes. So, Matt Kelly, you are a genius and a scholar and an entrepreneur. The outrageousness index.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to start, man. We've just you, my friend, have just created something awesome.
That's going to go, okay, new page on the website. You enter in your levels of outrageousness each day and it tracks you outrageous index.
iPhone app.
All right.
6 months will add up. Yes. What did I say at the start of this episode? You're the man that makes shit happen. Oh, man, how good is that? Now have an outrageous index.
Yep. It's done. Dude. We're doing it.
All right. I love that. Okay, so get back to the meat and potatoes. I love these little sidetracks. They're so valuable.
Oh man, this is where the true value is in this show. The little outrageous snippets going on all the time.
It's like going to the lecture, going to the 2-hour lecture just to hear like the 5 seconds of what's going to be on the test. Like.
Hey, on that note, I've got another snippet for you. Ready?
Okay, hit me.
This is a bit spontaneous. I don't know how it's going to go. I've got a surprise. There's a surprise in this box.
What is it?
I'm not going to tell you, Dave. This is a surprise.
Come on, man!
Wait. Viewers. Viewers, I've got a surprise for you. If you stick around till the end of the episode and go on our Facebook page and give us a shout out, okay, I will give you a freebie. And I will even tell you what these freebies are, right? We will send them to you for free. Stick around to the end of the episode. There you go. How's that for a tease?
Yeah, that is bullshit.
Outrageousness.
Oh, dude. You that is outrageous index. You've just put it high, man.
There
you go. Not only are we got free content here, we're sending shit out.
Yeah.
Holy crapola. All right. Enough. All right. Resolving inner conflict. So there's something you really want. You're going towards it. Yep. You just can't make yourself do it. So what sort of things are we talking about here, Matt Kelly? I think we're talking about things like you want to travel. There's one part of you, perhaps the kid part in you, like the guy that wants to have fun, the girl that wants to just, sip pina coladas on the beach and go to the full moon party.
But Dave, if I travel, how am I going to make money? What about my family? I can't do that. I've got to pay a mortgage. I can't take that risk.
There's the adult part. So you got the kid part saying, yeah, just come on, like, just break it. Any time's a good time for crumping time. And there's the adult just going,
now is not a good time for crumping.
No.
That's what the adult's saying. The adult's saying, no, this is not an appropriate time. You should have done that when you were a kid. That's what the adult is saying.
But let's face it, any time is a good time for crumping time. Seriously, I don't care if you're 1 or 100.
If you want to crump, you crump. There you go.
See, no music. it was a good time. It was a good time. And I, not only was it a good time for crumping time, but I thoroughly enjoyed myself.
Oh, that's quality.
It is quality. It is quality. So, you want to go traveling, but there's the kid and the adult, and they're both saying one. Kid's going, come on, let's travel, let's travel, let's travel. Adult's saying, no, you gotta pay your bills, brother. You gotta sit at home, be boring. Fighting. Whoever wins that battle, that's the action that you will take. So if the kid wins, you go traveling, spend all your savings.
And you see people do this. People do the spontaneous trip they've never done, and that's because for the first time, the kid has prevailed. The kid has been the champion, and the adult's gone, oh, take it, I don't care this time. And they go and do it. And that can be the trigger to allowing the kid to come out more frequently.
Absolutely.
Yeah. There's other points, Dave.
There is.
If every single decision we make, we face these internal conflicts. I've got a couple of examples here, but what about changing career? That's a huge one.
Massive. That is huge. Like, you know, if you're stuck in a fucking boring job and you know it sucks, the adult part of you is just going, you've got a safe job, you've got the health insurance.
You'll be a manager one day, keep going. Yeah.
Keep going. It may be a bit boring, it may not be what you want, but you've got bills to pay, just keep going. The other part of you is like, you know what? I really want to play for the Denver Broncos. Or, I don't know, what else? What would be a fun job? What about that dude that won the Queensland's best job? If you're in the States, you might have heard of Australia's Great Barrier Reef. It is fucking amazing. Anyway, this English guy won a competition, and his job was to be the caretaker on one of the islands on the Great Barrier Reef for 6 months. He got paid $100,000 for doing so. Like, amazing job. And now he's an ambassador for Queensland tourism. And so I talked to his friend the other day who was actually this guy, as a result of that, his job now, he gets paid to kayak on the Great Barrier Reef.
Wow. Isn't that an amazing job?
That is no bullshit, man. That is no bullshit. I was talking to his very close friend on Thursday night. Wow. No bullshit. He did a 4-week tour of the Barrier Reef on his kayak for Queensland tourism, getting paid a buttload to do it.
Amazing.
You know?
Amazing.
So there's the kid in him just going, yeah, let's go out and have fun. Let's do a really fun job. And the adult part's going, you could never do that. Yeah. Like what does being an adult mean? Being an adult means being responsible,
mature, serious,
not taking risks, paying your bills on time, waking up every day to sit in 1 hour of traffic and then answer 5 hours of email and then shoot yourself and then shuffle some paper. That's being an adult. 2 weeks of holiday a year. Yeah. Yeah.
What's being? I was going to say, Dave, what's being a kid?
Well, but you know, being a kid is whatever you want it to be, man.
That's right.
Seriously, usually, like some broad themes of being a kid. Being a kid is having fun. Living for the moment, living in the now, and doing what you want to do, you know?
Yeah.
Reaching for the cookie in the cookie jar.
But we need both. We do need both.
Great point.
Yeah. It's really easy to get sidetracked and go, I want to have that fun, crazy, outrageous life. But you still need the adult there. There's times where you go, okay, for me to fund the next 10 adventures, I need X dollars. And it's not as much as you think it is, but you do need to make money. So that's when the adult steps in and goes, okay, let me help you with that, kid. Here's how we're going to do it. We're going to do that. And the kid can then step in that process and say, we're going to do it in a way that we want to do it, not a way that we don't want to do it. We're not going to be driven solely by the adult. We're going to be driven by the kid's motivation and the adult's ability to say, this is what we need to do.
Absolutely. So there are these different parts of us that can be in conflict, but there is more parts than just the adult and the kid. Like, some examples of some other parts could be like, you know, a lot of people will have a warrior inside them.
That's right.
You know, someone who's like, yeah, into battle, you know? A lot of people might have like a caring side, like a very sweet side, like almost I don't know, if you're a male, you might call it a feminine side. You know, a caring and sympathetic and like loving and hold hands and sing Kumbaya. You know, just like that. There might be, what other sides could there be? There could be,
There's anything. You could have a really empathetic side. You could be all full of empathy and wanting to, look after people, help people out, all that sort of stuff. That's quite powerful because it allows you then to relate to people in a really strong way.
Absolutely. All right, so there's all these different parts, and sometimes they'll be in conflict. And so, all right, so how do we know when they might be in conflict?
They are in conflict every time you make a decision, but it could be subconsciously. So it
is subconsciously.
It's always subconsciously, but then sometimes it's actually quite evident because you can sit there and go, "Man, I really want to do that, but." Now, if you say that, it means that you've got that conflict immediately. Yeah. No hesitation. Yeah. You've got the conflict. Yeah. It's like it's almost like I wish I could do that. That's a conflict.
I wish I could start a business, but in a conflict. I wish I could lose weight, but in a conflict.
Yep.
I wish I could go traveling, but.
But what, Dave?
In a conflict.
That's right.
In a conflict. And today, on the Living Outrageously podcast, we are going to fuck that butt up.
Whoa, explicit tag.
Yo! Man, I just realised what I said.
Yeah.
That's really sus,
That's really bad. Explicit, bam.
Beep.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. That was really funny, actually.
That was quite good.
Hey, that's Living Outrageously, man. That's who I am. I just let it roll. Sometimes some really stupid stuff comes out.
Man, that's why we've got the explicit tag, and it's why we're in there with the sex section. We can say this stuff and it's okay.
We can fuck the butts.
Oh, God. No.
No.
Let's not do that.
Let's clean this up. All right. So what we're gonna do today, the outcome that we want, if people out there have these inner conflicts, there's a goal that they really, really want, but they have conflicts, they're going right up to the edge and then turning around. Today, right here, in the next 30 minutes, we are gonna resolve those conflicts so that you feel every part is playing its role, and we can move forward towards our goal and just feel awesome about it. And you know what? Matt Kelly? When
Dave?
all your parts are aligned, when you're comfortable with this part of me, he plays this role, this part, he plays this role, and this guy, he plays this role. When they're all comfortable with each other, man, life is fucking amazing.
How easy is it to make decisions when that happens? Simple, because you know who to ask. You know what part of your brain to lock into and determine whether this is the right thing to do.
You know what it's like, Matt Kelly? It's like, it's like a team sport. It's like, let's imagine, I know we've got a lot of American viewers. Let's talk about the gridiron. It's like the gridiron. It's like, today, what I want you guys to do, what I'd love podcast viewers to do is think, all right, you're the coach. Step out of your body and you're the coach now. Underneath the coach, he'll have different players, right? He'll have the offensive team. He'll have the defensive team. He'll have the kicker. He'll have the linebackers, right? They'll have all different positions. Each one of those positions will be appropriate at a particular point in the game.
That's right.
Depending on what stage of the game it is, the coach will deploy a particular player. And that's what we're going to teach you today is when you're faced with the game of life and you're faced with a decision and it's time out in your life, which player are you going to play to get you the result?
That is an amazing example. That is because okay, let's talk clarity. Bam. Yes. Bam. You are able to go. I need to make this decision. I'm at this point in time. I have to do something. What do I do? Okay, I call in this part of me, and that part of me makes the relevant decision. That is powerful. We love it. We love it.
Because the inner conflict, what you might be doing now, subconsciously, you might not even know it. Man, I've done this myself, so I know it. You might be playing your kicker at quarterback.
Yeah.
How much are you going to get done? How good is your team going to be? What sort of results are you going to get if you got your kicker at quarterback?
Not very good ones.
He might have played quarterback when he was in junior high school. He might have played quarterback in the backyard. But has he played it in the big time? Hell no.
He's been selected as a kicker. That's what he's there to do. He is there to kick and he's there to do it well.
When he's needed, he goes in, does his work, he gets out.
Yep.
All right, Matt Kelly, so excited, man. This is awesome. Hey, this is so awesome.
Yep.
This is going to be huge for people. All right, so guys, it is a 4-step process. It is a 4-step process for resolving inner conflicts and going just boom, being that coach, directing the parts so that you get your goal. 4-step process. Let's get into it. Step number 1 is find out and ask yourself this question. Where are you now in your life? What stage of life are you in?
Is it time for you to make money, Dave? Is it time for you to go and have an adventure? Is it time for you to think about a family? Do you want to think about a family?
Should you be spending... Yeah. Keep going, please.
Oh, no. This is really simple because it's just saying, I'm at a point right now where the right thing for me to do is this. And forget about deferred life plan. That's not relevant in this situation. This is what's right for you. This is what's right for you. So it might be, I need to go and travel. I haven't experienced enough. I want to go to the following 3 places. If that's what it is, man, let that kid step up and go, yep, that's what we want to do, okay? Anyway, that's so simple. It is so simple. You all you have to do is sit down and go, where am I at? What am I trying to accomplish with my life right now?
So what I'd love people to do is just have a think, like, all right, let's look at the last, 5 years of my life or 7 years of my life. What has that period of time all been about? Has it been about fun, or has it been about responsibility, or has it been about family? Maybe you've had some family troubles you're working through. Maybe you've been learning. Maybe you've been at college. In which case, it was probably about having fun. You know, or maybe you've been in the corporate job for 40 years and you've worked your ring out, and now it's time to do something different. So work out where you are. What stage of life are you at? Okay. That's the baseline. That's step 1. Who have you been up to now? What sort of... Because remember, every single episode of Living Outrageously is a line in the sand, and at the end of the episode, you can choose to jump. All right. First step. Second step is identify the parts in your personality. Said another way, what players do you have on your team? Do you have a quarterback? Do you have a really cheeky, fuck off, I'm awesome and I'm just going to have fun and make shit rain on the field? Is that a quarterback? Do you have him? And if so, how good of a quarterback is he? Does he love to just run the show, or does he, how does he interact with the others? So you might have a quarterback. You might have, what are those offensive blockers? The offensive blockers, the enormous guys like Terry Tate.
Yeah, that's him. Yep.
Yeah. The linebackers. So they're like, booze, you're not getting through me. That's like the warrior.
Yep, absolutely.
Do you have a warrior part to you? Do you have...
What about the water boy, Dave? The guy on the side who's there to help everyone out when they need help.
Absolutely. You might have the water boy there. And look, there is nothing wrong with having the water boy there. Every team needs some high quality H2O.
What a great shout out. Very good.
Yes, I will pray for your team. Adam Sandler, if you're watching this, shout out. You are the man. All right.
And I hope you are watching this, Adam Sandler. I hope you are.
And if you're friends with Adam Sandler, send him this because, water boy, rock on.
Nice.
So, this is the second step, is identify who's playing on your team.
To talk to that, does that mean, okay, do I have an aggressive player that knows what he wants and goes and gets it? So I could be really motivated, really strong, when I have a goal, I accomplish it no matter what. But then, on the flip side, I might have quite an emotional player who's able to go, okay, what do I need personally? What's the part of me that I need to enhance to feel better and to help other people? So that could be that more emotional player.
Absolutely, and it might be the sort of player that he only plays well if he's getting along with his girlfriend. Or what about the player that has all the talent in the world but he's really fucking lazy? Just doesn't train, turns up late, doesn't do his drills, but he's just so skilled. He has all this potential just sitting there, waiting to be unleashed, but he's fucking lazy. Has that part been Do you have a part of that? I've got a part of that.
Everybody's
I got
got
to
that.
deal with him.
Everybody's got a point of that to an extent.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where it's, I want to do something, but lazy. But too hard, but sloth. Sloth.
Yeah, sloth. He's back. You can't escape the freaking sloth, can you?
You can't. You never can. He's always going to be there. You just got to samurai him. If you don't know what we're talking about, episode 1. Bam. Sloth versus samurai. Done.
Done. Living outrageously in 2 words. Sloth, samurai.
So we're just talking here about, so for step 2, really it's about finding out what different motivations, what strengths do you have in you to help you make decisions.
Absolutely. So identify the players on your team, the different parts, you know. Some players will be like the really big personality players. Others will be like the quiet players, you know. So what are they motivated by? You're exactly right. What are their values? You know, the jock quarterback, he values like being the leader and having that significance. And
I am in control, and I'm always in control.
Yeah, and I achieve, and people look up to me, and I lead the way. When it's hard, I lead the way. You know? Or are you the water boy who values his quiet contribution? You know? If the H2O is at just the right temperature and is served at exactly the right moment, exactly when the team needs it, you know, that is the water boy. That's what the water boy values so much. And if he can do that, he loves it.
Yeah, for sure.
So really, yeah, exactly right. This step 2, identify what players are on your team, identify what is motivating those players.
Yep.
Okay. Step 2 goes a little bit further. Which of those players, now we know who they are. Who's been leading?
Could it be the responsible adult, always leading? Maybe. Are you living the boring life?
What have you done in the last 7 years? Which part has been leading you in the last 7 years? Is it the boring adult? Is it the responsible adult? Have you been neglecting your inner child? Have you been telling that really flamboyant linebacker?
The flamboyant linebacker.
Whoops! I meant to say flamboyant wide receiver.
Okay.
Have you been telling your flamboyant wide receiver that? And please, we don't get a lot of NFL over here in Australia. So
if we're saying it wrong, please forgive us.
Yes. And please, if there is someone out there that's into the NFL, let's get them on the freaking show so we can get this down, Matt Kelly. Because Madden on the Sony PlayStation is a freaking outstanding game. 101-yard return off a kickoff for a touchdown. That is a record to break. That would be living outrageously indexed. I don't know. That's pretty close to what you had before. But
yeah,
anyway.
Not bad.
I love it. Man, how good is the internet?
We couldn't do this on TV. We can't talk about what we want. This is where we're meant to be, right here.
This shit would have been edited out big time, man, and I would have been told to put on a shirt that is not pink.
That's right.
You can do it on the internet, man. You seriously can. Okay, so we're still on step 2. What players are on your team? What is driving those players? Which player has been leading your team for the last 7 years? Which player have you been ignoring on your team in recent history? That rounds out step 2. Pumped?
Very pumped. Because we know immediately who the player is and who's taken control. We all know it. We know it. Deep down, we can sit back and go, what did I do? I did the corporate job and I studied my MBA at night and blah, blah, blah. We know, you know, I don't even have to tell you. You know what player that is. That's the player that's going, we have to be mature, responsible, we've got, a career to build, so let's build it in the most boring way possible.
And which player comes out on weekends?
That's the kid.
Which player comes out on Sunday mornings? Which player comes out when you go to soccer or NFL or hockey or basketball or which player comes out when you go to those on a Tuesday, Thursday night? And who comes out on Saturday when you're playing sport? Who comes out when you're on holiday? Who comes out when you're traveling? Who comes out when you're under pressure? Who comes out when the shit hits the fan All right. I hope the little monkey is starting to go, holy shit, because awareness is 95% of the journey, and we're pretty aware now. We're pretty fucking aware. And if you're not aware, you've probably been...
You're not listening. You're
not
listening.
You've probably been watching porn.
Yeah. No, yeah, stop watching that other show. Watch this and listen.
All right. Step 3. So we know we know how we've been running our life so far. We know what team players have been doing certain things at certain times. Where do you want to go?
This is about goal setting, isn't it? This is about knowing what you want.
Yep.
Yep.
We talk about it every week. Clarity, get clear.
If you don't know where you're going, if you don't know what the end point is, you can't get there.
It's like there's a famous quote, Alice in the Yellow Brick Road. Or is that what it is? Alice in Wonderland. Alice in Wonderland. Alice I can't even remember the characters in it, but they say, if you don't, where should I go? Where should I go? And the other guy goes, well, I don't know. Where do you want to go? And she goes, well, I don't know. And he said, well, it doesn't really matter which way you go then. So get clear. And I think, Matt Kelly, that's another one. Dropbox that shit. We're going to do a whole episode on getting like super clear, like ideal lifestyle, ideal career, ideal job, ideal partner.
Yep. This is the if I woke up tomorrow, what would I want to do?
You had a magic wand.
Yep.
What would you do tomorrow? So we're going to do that because that is huge. It comes in so many episodes. We're just going to have to do it, man.
Right. That's cool. Can I just add to the goal setting? That if you don't set a goal, this is why you have the inner conflict. This is why you have these different personalities butting heads, because you'll always be thinking, what if? If I try for that, okay, or if that would be like a nice output to have, that's the point I'd like to be at. Right, it's really easy to go, oh, but what if? What if that probably wouldn't work? What if I can't? What if I change my mind? What if someone thinks I'm silly or doesn't like it? What if I fail? What if? Because you haven't decided that's where you want to be. You're still going, I don't know if it's where I want to be, or it'd be cool, but it's probably too hard. Therefore, I can't do it.
Can I just make a point on that, Matt Kelly? Because you're a very clever man. You are a very clever man. Nice. You raised another good point. People here might be going, all right, Dave, I'm watching, Dave and Matt, I'm watching this podcast to resolve my inner conflict, and then we're going through the stages, and you tell me that I've got to go out and get my goals sorted and get clear. And they go, oh, shit, there's so much work to do. Yeah. Well, guess fucking what? If you don't want to go out and do the heavy lifting in your head, if you don't want to ask yourself these questions, you don't deserve to live outrageously.
You don't know. You don't even really want to live outrageously.
You don't want to. You don't want to. You're a fucking pussy. I can't believe I said that.
It's insult all the viewers. Nice one, Dave.
I know. No, but I'm serious, man. You've got to, like, so many people, there's so many people that could do this, that would listen to this podcast, but not do the exercise. It's like, what's the point? There's no point even watching if you don't want to go through that short term, I've got to do this, to get the long-term results. And that's what it is. Absolutely, man. You might, and you know what? It probably just needs maybe 1 hour, go out into the forest, go out into the bush, sit down and ask yourself these questions. Get the answers. The answers will come, I promise you. If you demand from your subconscious mind the answers to these questions, you will get them. Your subconscious mind is 30,000 times more powerful than your conscious mind. Ask and you will receive. And if you're such a fucking pussy that you don't want to ask, I'm sorry, you don't want to live outrageously. I'm just going to say it now.
Forget about the dream because you're probably not going to get there.
Because you're not willing to ask. Ask and you will receive. That's why I plug you at the start every time, Matt Kelly. That's why I love you, man, because you want something and you ask for it.
That's the only way to get the result. Is to know what you want and take it.
That's it. All right. Let's get back down to the 4-step process here. Yep. So, number 1 was work out what players are on your team. Yep. And what they're motivated by. No, sorry. Number 1 was work out where you are today.
Yep. Number 2, the players.
Number 2 was the players. What
Yep.
are they motivated by? What are their values? Number 3 is set some goals. Create that compelling future.
Yep.
What is the most outrageous things that you want to do that you can create? What is going to blow that living outrageously index just out of the sky? What is going to blow it up, right, for you? Now, that might be going for a walk around the block. I don't care. If that's outrageous for you, that is amazing, awesome. That is so good, man. I fully respect that. If you want to go talk about fairy floss, we talked about that last week. Go do it. Go do it. I love it, man. I love it. So, get clear on your goals. Number 4.
Here we go.
Number 4. You got to ask yourself a few more questions. All right? You got to ask. Ask and you will receive. So, I've got this compelling future. I've got all my players on my team. Which player am I going to ask to lead to get me towards where I want to go?
And this is about breaking up where you want to go, isn't it, really? And saying, okay, different players are going to serve a different purpose, and I need all the players to get the result. Because
Absolutely.
while I want that hardcore motivation and intensity, right, I still may need that emotional player so that I don't run over everyone in my path and destroy everyone, because that's not what I want to do. I don't want to do it in a way that I'm not proud of, but I know where I want to be, and I'm going to use my players in the right formation, in the right team, in a strong team that's able to go forward, go step by step, take what I want, retrieve it, and it's mine.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so let's talk about the person that is sitting in the fuck off boring corporate job and they know it sucks and they really want out and they want to start their own business.
Yep.
Okay.
Dave, starting your own business is risky, man. Are you sure you want to do that? There's a lot of risk there. You got to quit your job. What about that recurring income? I need that stability. Private school fees, man. My kid. I need to buy shoes for my kid.
You gotta buy shoes for yourself.
I can't start a business. What if I fail? What if I fail?
But what's your compelling future?
Well,
What are you dreaming of?
If I keep doing this, I'll be able to do the same thing every day for the next 40 years, and then I'll retire and have a small superannuation fund built up, ready to go.
Except if the stock market crashes, in which case you are
Dead.
Slave.
Yep.
Boom.
I don't care what country you live in. You do not make much money if you're on a government pension. And if you don't make much money, right, and you've lived that deferred life plan the whole way you've been coming in, you've been going, it's going to be good, it's going to be good, it's going to be good, and you get to that point and you want to do outrageous things, and you can't because you didn't take the steps before that to make it happen. Sorry, but you are not living outrageously. Goodbye.
That's right. That's right. You're having hot dogs for dinner.
Yeah, every night.
You're 65. You don't even get choice of sauce. You're getting tomato and that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, ketchup. You're getting ketchup. There's no Dijonnaise. There's no mustard sauce. There's no mayonnaise. You don't even get onion, man.
And guess what, Dave? You're also going to put on weight as a result of that.
If you're not already obese.
And what does that mean? Hang on, but I can't lose weight. That's too hard. I don't want to lose weight. What about the effort that will take? Oh, man, my circumstances are different. People don't understand what it's like for me. It's too hard. Sorry, it's not too hard. It's never too hard.
You just need to ask yourself these questions, hey? I know we've been very confrontational this episode. We have.
Yeah.
We've really thrown out some challenges.
Yep.
You know, we really have. But I think it needs to be done. Because if you want to step up, living outrageously requires that you step up. The lifestyle and the life that you want must be taken.
Yep.
It must be taken. It won't just miraculously happen for you. It must be taken. So I think it's appropriate that we throw down the challenge to our listeners because, man,
either you want it or you don't. And if you want it, you need to be able to respond to every single question that we've asked today. Every single one.
And this is where you need to be. Living outrageously, you and me, Matt Kelly, we do not compromise.
Never. You can't.
We do not compromise. We know what we want, and it's just time. We're just waiting for you all to see until we get what we want.
Is that Will Smith?
That is Will Smith.
Nice.
Did I say that last week as well?
I think you might have, but it's worth it.
I've been listening to Will Smith all week. He's the bomb diggity. Will Smith, if you're listening to this, get your ass on the podcast. You're the bomb diggity.
So let's wrap this up, Dave.
Let's get back. So,
4 steps.
Moving forward, so let's just finish off on the fourth one.
Yep,
So,
yep.
which part of you do you want to lead? Say you've got that that kid, the kid inside of you. He's like, I really just want to party. You know, just have fun, have a good time, go traveling. You know, full moon party, vodka sunrise in a bucket out of a straw, wear funny sunglasses. Yeah, crumping time's a good time.
It doesn't have to be that. It doesn't have to be that. But you can do that.
But whatever it is for you. Whatever it is for you. And then there's the adult part that's like, no, you got to be responsible, like pay your bills,
Yep.
you know. So I want you to talk directly to the adult part. So give the adult part a name. What would his name be? Let's say it's, what's a very adult name? Dennis.
There you go. Bob.
Bob. Okay, Bob. Bob. Bob's the name we're going to give to the adult. So we're going to go Bob, do you think it would be time for you to step up here and maybe lead the show a bit? Do you think it would be time just to show the kid how to move forward?
You need a bit of maturity in this situation, Bob. Maybe it's time for you to come forward.
Yeah. So how have you been living? Maybe you were in college. And just drinking beer out of red cups, playing beer pong for 3 to 5 to 7 years. You know, you're having fun. You know, what's the name for the kid? Van Wilder. Let's call him Van Wilder.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Okay, Van Wilder. So Van Wilder, there's that Van Wilder. He was just running rampant. All right. Now you've got into the corporate job, and you're like, shit, this is crap. This is horse shit.
And Van is sitting there. It feels like he's bashing his head against the brick wall, trying to break through, and he can't because Bob is sitting here going, "No, Van, go away. We're gonna keep doing this. Sorry, we're gonna keep doing this. This is gonna get us. This is gonna get us to retirement, and then you can do some fun stuff then."
Van Wilder, Bob.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So what we need to do is work out. Okay, we're moving into what stage of life? What are our goals? Okay, our goal is we want to start a business, perhaps that gives us recurring income, cash just coming in while we're just chilling, you know? We want to do some work that's fun.
Yep.
We don't want to sit in traffic every single day. You know, we want to get fit and healthy. We want to travel the world. We want a business that allows us to do all those things.
So Dave, it sounds like you're asking a lot of questions, and typically people reach out to the adult and go, "Oh, can you help me in this situation? Right? I need the recurring income. I need the stability. Blah blah blah." But in this case, I would argue that the kid could be quite inspirational. Bring the kid forward and come up with the creative strategies that will enable you to do that without living that traditional life. With the overseeing power of the adult going, "Hey, that might just work."
So, all right, great point, Matt Kelly. Great point, because it's really about what if Van Wilder and Bob work together?
Wow. Now, to date they haven't because we haven't let them.
They've been.
But what if they do?
What if they held hands and sung Kumbaya? What if they went out for beers and plotted a plot to live outrageously?
Wow. Think about the power.
Not only that. Think about back to the NFL example with all the different players on the team.
Synergy, Dave. Synergy.
What if Van Wilder and Bob, and what's the flamboyant line? Flamboyant wide receiver.
Let's call the flamboyant. Let's call
Leroy.
All right, Leroy. All right.
Leroy's on board. Who's the water boy?
Eugene.
Okay, Eugene. He's coming to the party now as well. What about like the sympathetic person, the sympathetic player?
What about Francis?
Perfect.
Yep.
So Francis, he's the sympathetic guy. He's on board. There's Bob, who's the adult. There's Van Wilder, who's the kid.
Yep.
There's who was the wide receiver again? Leroy. All these different parts, all these different players, they're coming to go and have beers, work together, and plot to live outrageously. If they work together, what are the chances that you're going to live outrageously?
Because they're literally coming together and going, synergy. Bam. That is just a ball of powerful synergy. You're not going to be dominated by one player. There's going to be one player that runs ahead and goes, we're going to do the deferred life plan. No, because Van is going to go, man, that's not going to work. We can't do that. Solution.
So all right, let's look at those players on the team. So you want to start your own business that has all these, like, you're mobile, you've got, you get to travel, you set your own hours, there's no traffic, all this, it's utopia. This is what you want.
Yep.
All right, so the inspiration to get out there and really push the barrow and, like, really have a good time while you're doing it. Van Wilder.
Yeah, for sure.
That's his role.
Mm.
Bob, he takes care of the legal, the structure.
Yep. Look after my banking for me, Bob.
Thanks, Bob. Man,
because Van doesn't want to do the banking.
Hell no.
Van's not doing the banking.
Hell no.
Bob's gonna. So suddenly you've got.
But Bob will do the banking.
Bob loves the banking.
Yes. Dude, this is huge.
Yeah.
What does Leroy do? He's the flamboyant wide receiver.
He probably works well with Van, actually. Probably works very well because they sit there and they plot the outrageousness.
They're going to double team.
That's right.
They're going to double team. Awesome. What about Eugene?
Eugene's going to be a bit of stability and a bit of helping everyone out. Probably.
What's he doing in the business?
In the business, Eugene's probably more about keeping people on track and making sure everyone's working well and making sure that one thing isn't taking priority over another. That's probably a big one because suddenly you don't want Bob to go, hey, big guy, focus on banking today because we need to do this. Because if you do that, by the end of that day, you're going to want to shoot yourself in the head because Van has been punching the inside of your face all day.
Yeah.
So suddenly Eugene's like, whoa, hang on, guys, we probably should like disperse a little bit. Let's focus on that for a little bit, that a little bit, that a little bit. Everyone ends up happy. It's all about the compromise.
So he's the check and balance.
That's right.
He takes care of like the back end stuff that just
a little bit of project management.
Yeah, he keeps things smooth.
Yeah.
He keeps things smooth. He's not the dude up there just going, look at me, follow me. But he's the guy that just takes care of the back end stuff.
Mm.
And all right, what about the sympathetic guy, Francis?
Mm-hmm. He's probably another one that works well with Eugene, but I believe that he would sit back and he would go, oh, hold on, like, yeah, I think we're doing too much of that. There probably needs to be more of this. A little bit like Eugene on that, focusing on the back end, but across the board, of trying to ensure there's synergy amongst everyone and everyone is happy, everyone is working well together.
Yeah. I reckon Eugene's the one who's advising... Francis advises Eugene on the project management. So he's like, all right, Francis, this is Francis talking.
Yep.
So he's going to Eugene. He's saying, hey, all right, you make sure you go to that. Make sure that you get an invite to that party on Friday night because it's going to be awesome. I'm not going, but you make sure you go because that's going to be fun. And then make sure you do not drink because Saturday morning... Bob, you have a meeting with Bob at 9 a.m. and you got to sort out that crap.
The banking and finance, pay the bills. Yep.
Absolutely. Because you've got to have that sorted in time for your 1 o'clock appointment with Leroy, where you guys are going out to run a seminar about your new business.
And what you're actually doing here is saying, these are all the different segments of me. Okay, and this is me structuring my life. So it's me saying, tomorrow morning I'm going to focus on the banking stuff. It's not going to be that fun, but I know the adult in me needs to do it. Bam, let's do it. Tomorrow afternoon, or tomorrow night, party. Okay, I'm gonna forget about the adult, forget about the boring stuff. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to bring out Leroy, bring out Van, and that's going to be a good time. And we're just going to have fun. But the next day, we've got to go back and go, okay, what are our priorities? Okay, let's leverage on that project management side of our brain. Okay, we're going to do this, accomplish, bam, done. So for me, it's more about identifying which key areas do what and learn when to consider who is motivating this decision. Who am I giving power to? Who am I empowering to make this call? Because it may not be the right one.
Love it, Matt Kelly. Love it. And what happens, so, all right, the first time you do this, the first time you step into that role of coach and you got all your little players, you're probably not going to be that good at it.
Yeah.
You know, most people, they're not really good at stuff the first time round. But the more times you do it, Man, imagine if you become like a 2, 3, 5, 7 year veteran of deploying the right character. What if you decided that today, line in the sand, today I'm going to start deploying my players when and as needed. I'm going to see you in 30 years. Fuck. Man, dude, you would be an artist by then. You would be just flowing. It'd be like, funny man, serious as hell, leader, funny, sympathetic. You'd just be like Leroy to Eugene, to Francis, to Bob, to Van Wilder, just boom, 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 boom. Powerful stuff, man. Powerful stuff.
I think it's time.
I'm pretty damn happy. Pretty damn happy. That's huge, hey.
We need to call it, Dave. Let's do some quick tips.
Yep. You're up, Matt Kelly. You're up.
All right. We all need inspiration at times. This one here is a little bit from left field, but we need inspiration. We're going to go apps. We're going to talk about apps.
Yes.
So, right now I can sit back and go, the serious side of me needs to do a job. I need to do this day after day after day. But in 6 months' time, I'm going to go away. I want to escape. I want to do something fun. Oh, it's in 6 months. I can't stay motivated, whatever. Go to the App Store, the Apple app, iTunes App Store, iTunes, blah, 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 and get TripAdvisor. Get TripAdvisor. Sneaky one, right? Because I can type in here that I'm going to Bali, B-A-L-I, Bali, Indonesia. And what that does is it gives me a list of different categories.
Oh, right.
So then I can say, hotels, right? Oh, wow. Oh, there's some cool ones there, right? So suddenly I'm flicking through this list here of, it's hard to do this in reverse, but yeah, list of hotels. And
some of them sell coconut water.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure a lot of them sell coconut water. And what you actually do is you go through and you go, oh yeah, that one would be cool. Well, hold on, what's that? Clarity. You have clarity. So suddenly that goal, that I want to go on that trip, you already know where you're staying, you know where you're eating, you know what things to do. You can go look at photos of where you're going. Man, if you want clarity, if you want to make that decision that that is what you're going to do, that is the process you go through. That's amazing. I've used it. I love it. And the other one is, once you've made that decision, go and get the app called TripIt. TripIt allows you to build your interactive itinerary. This is what I'm doing, blah, blah, blah. That'll give you extreme clarity, and you will not miss that trip because it's booked in.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Dude, that is huge.
It's big. It's big.
I don't know if my tip can compete with that.
I think it might. I'm going to sell
it to the people here.
Let's do it, Dave.
All right. So one of the things that you might want to move towards is losing weight and getting really, really healthy and fit. Mm-hmm. Okay? Now, how are we going to do that? Well, let me tell you about a little problem. Most people, they have a raised heel in their shoe, yeah? Mm-hmm. Raised heel. You know what that causes? All sorts of spine problems, overpronounced lumbar spine, which when you're sitting down all day causes you all sorts of problems. Hip flexor, throw your knees out. All right, I'm going to show you something really crazy. It's footwear. Get yourself into some of these. These are the Vibram 5 fingers. I'm going to take one off because they're a little bit hard to see. Mate, I love these. These are seriously awesome, okay? Seriously awesome. They are barefoot running shoes. Barefoot running shoes. See the little toes? All right? No heel in them. It's just tough rubber. And the idea is you can run like an African through the city without having to worry about getting a needle in your foot or whatever. The benefit that these have given to my life is just astronomical, Matt Kelly. Astronomical. I was like everyone else. I sat in an office. I had the raised heel on my shoes. I had the tight hip flexors. I had the curve in the lumbar spine. I wore these, mate. My life changed. I no longer have that curve in my spine. I've got x-rays to prove it. Right? I now do not have problems with my hip flexors, partly because I don't sit in an office anymore. Yes. But also, see how they separate your toes? Man, my toes were curled like this, curled. Now,
if you're used to walking in leather work shoes, that's what happens. Your toes curl.
Get some of these for the weekends. Not only that, not only will they help your everything health-wise, they just look cool, and people will be like, "Fuck, you're awesome."
Yep.
That is living outrageously.
I've got some blue ones somewhere, and I love them. They are
amazing. You do. Matt Kelly.
Dave, if people want VibRams, they can go, well, let's post a link on the Living Outrageously website, livingoutrageously.com, and down in the notes under there, we'll have a link to the shoes.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Now, before we wrap up.
Yes. All right.
Now.
Tell me, man. Come on, I want to know.
All right. We all want to start a business at some point in our lives. Everyone wants that, right?
Yes.
It's hard, it's difficult, blah, blah, blah. I challenge you to take the first step. Okay, the first step might be go and do some research, go look at products, think about it, brainstorm it, blah, blah, blah. Start a Facebook page, try and see if people will be interested, whatever you want. I decided one day, right, and it's a long story, but I decided that I wanted to look into the computer mouse industry, okay?
Right.
Innovative computer mice, okay? So, this one's a cool little transformer. Flicks out like that. Wireless. There's a USB receiver, fits all in there. Cool, right? I thought it was cool. Anyway, so I ordered over some of these as samples. I eventually decided, not something that I really want to go into as a business for a number of reasons, but I've got stock. So guess what? If you want, we'll give away a few of these. I will pay shipping. I will send it to your door. All free for you, free for Living Outrageously viewers. And I'm excited about this. This is freaking awesome. The best things in life are free, so let's make it happen. All you need to do to get a computer mouse is go to the Facebook page, like the page, tell us what you like about the show. If you've liked a particular episode, tell us that. Tell us what you want to see more of, okay? Just give us some feedback. We'll pick a couple of people at random. Hot tip, if you've given us a 5-star review on iTunes, mention that. You might be rated a little bit higher in the list. We want to give away some free stuff. I'll give away a few of these at random. If one of you does it, one of you are guaranteed to get one.
That's right.
So,
and you know what else, Matt Kelly? You know what else? People that step up and actually reach out to us and say, hey, I like what you guys are doing. I really want to know this.
Yep.
Mate, I will have a personal phone conversation with them to help them get clear on exactly what they want to do, exactly what players are on their team, and exactly where they want to go. How about that, mate?
That's massive. We want to work with you guys, the people who are seeing this. Apple have done wonders for us by giving us an opportunity to be featured, right? And we've reached a whole lot of people, and that's awesome. But we want to build these long-term relationships. We don't want to be reliant on anyone. We don't care about that. We know that this is going to be good because we know we're giving you real information that you need. And we know that because people are actually reaching out and telling us that, which is awesome. Awesome. Thank you to the people who've currently reached out to us because you're already on the list to receive one of these. And there's only a couple of you. So reach out to us. Come on down. I'll literally ask for your address and send you one. It's pretty simple. They're brand new. They're cool. These are imported from Hong Kong. There you go. High quality. Very high quality. That's a transformer. I've got a gaming mouse here with like 7 freaking buttons and all sorts of stuff. I've got black Apple replicas. I've got all sorts of stuff. It's going to be fun. Do us a favor, come on out and let us know what you think on the Facebook page. We would love you eternally. Matt Kelly, that is awesome, man. That is living outrageously. If people want to get in touch with you, where do they go? mattkelly.com.au, twitter.com/Matthew Kelly, and hit us up on Facebook, or I won't like you. No, I'll still like you, but please hit us up on Facebook. Dave, where can people find you? Facebook.com/livingoutrageously or the website livingoutrageously.com. And remember, if you do want to step up, I am offering a personal coaching session to someone out there. Free of charge. Mate. Free of charge. Normally $150. I'm offering it to you if you want it. Yep. If you want to step up, let's do it, hey? All you have to do is just tell Dave what you want to accomplish and we'll just have a chat about it. Easy. And, mate, you decide what you want, we make it happen. Simple as that. Let's do it. All right, mate. That is a wrap. And remember, if you want a boring life, go sit in a cubicle. My name's Dave Thompson. That's Matt Kelly. Peace out, everyone. Woo!